Okay, here is NAOV Nanovibronix Inc. This finishes at $1.91 today. That is up 29.93%. Please hit the like button. Please subscribe and catch me every weekday after market close on the Smarter Gambling Show. Okay, here's AMD Advanced Micro Devices. That finishes at $97.93 today. That is up 7.58%. And there was actually a lot of price upgrades, which is probably the biggest reason why this pumped so hard today. Let's take a look at that real quick. Rosenblatt, 150 price target. Susquehanna, 130 bucks. Mizuho, 110 bucks. BMO Capital, 80 bucks. Goldman Sachs, 115. UBS, 105. Benchmark, 110. Yeah, a lot of upgrades today. So let's analyze it. So right now this is sitting on the support of 97.70, around there, which it finished at today. So if this goes to the upside, next level of resistance would be the all-time high, $99. And if this goes to the downside, next level of support would be 96, 94.30, 92.60, 91.50, 91, 89.80, 89, 88, 87, 86, 85, 84, 82.8, 81.65, 80.7, 79.7, 78.50, 77.60, 76.50, 75.80, 75, 73.80, 72.80, 70, 68.20, and then the low of 67. So right now, the channels to the downside are pretty decently sized. Not too wide, not too narrow. So expect a decent amount of price action if this does go to the downside. A little odd because, AMD is a blue chip stock. These things don't really move much, but these channels are pretty decently sized. And if this goes to the upside, we're almost in uncharted territory, right near the all-time high. If this breaks 99 bucks, then it's on to uncharted territory. And who knows how much the market will value this at. But, according to the price targets, everyone thinks 110, 120, 140, 150. So this potentially could go way higher. So RSI is currently at 71. So this is in overbought, overvalued territory. Not that far in overbought, overvalued territory, but just be cautious, guys. It did 140 million in volume today, which is very significant volume. This is one of the biggest volume days of the year. So this pump today was confirmed by the volume. So this kind of looks like a cup and handle going all the way back from the all-time high in January. Not saying this is a cup and handle, but this is a potential cup and handle. So the top of the cup would be 99 and the bottom would be around 73. If this is in fact a cup and handle, that is a bearish indicator. That means that this is likely to pull back about halfway between 99 and 73, around 85-ish. Just a guesstimate off the top of my head. So we got a bearish indicator in the RSI and the volume and this possible cup and handle. So if you want to go long, I'm not going to say don't do it because this is AMD. It's a very good blue chip stock. Apes love it. Institutions love it, and in the long term, yes, this will keep going up. But in the short term, I'm really not too sure. Again, we have bearish indicators here. High volume, high RSI, possible cup and handle. So in the short term, this could pull back. So I would be very cautious of going long. Not saying you shouldn't go long, just be careful, be aware, guys. You'd be literally buying in the all-time high right here. And that's probably not a smart idea. So personally, I wouldn't do it. I would look to wait. But if you guys want to go long, I could support that as long as you're willing to hold this for the long term. And if it pulls back, then you can just average down. Now, if you want to go short, I can also support that, but only in the short term. Because, again, we have bearish indicators, high RSI, high volume, possible cup and handle. So in the short term, this could pull back. But this is definitely not one you should hold if you plan on shorting. If you want to make a quick buck, then I can support that. So, congratulations to everyone who made 10s on this one today. And good luck to everyone currently holding this stock and to everyone looking to take a position. This is AMD Advanced Micro Devices. Okay, here is Wish. ContextLogic. This finishes at $9.97, excuse me. This finishes at $9.94 today. That is up 6.65%. Okay, so let's analyze this. So right now this is sitting on the support of $10, which it finished at today. Let's do the downside first. So if this goes to the downside, next level of support would be $9.15, $8.50, and then the low of $7.50. And if this goes to the upside, next level of resistance would be $11.20, $11.85, $12.85, $13.50, $14.25, $15.45, $16.40, $17.50, $18.60, $19.85, $21.15, $22.20, $23, $23.85, $24.80, $25.70, $26.50, $28.20, $29, $30.15, and then the high of $32.85. The channels to the upside and the downside are pretty decently sized. I mean, you guys already know this is a pretty volatile stock. So either way this goes, upside or downside, expect a decent amount of price action. Not crazy price action, but a good amount of price action. RSI is at 45, so that's a little bit below average, right around where it should be. You know, according to the RSI, this price of $10 is pretty fair market value. Maybe it should be worth a little bit more. It did 32 million in volume today, which is pretty average. It's been consistent with the past couple of weeks on volume. So this pump today was confirmed by the volume. So if you want to go long, I would support that. It seems like we have some pretty strong support at like $9-ish. This retested that a couple of times and it hasn't broken $9. It does appear that $9 is strong support and the bottom, and kind of unlikely it's going to break that. So here at 10, pretty decent price. Maybe it'll go back to 9, but you really can't go wrong at $10. And honestly, this really can't go down too much more. The low is $7.50. Even if this does break 9, I highly doubt it's going to break $7.50. So I would say, yeah, this price $10, really good price. This is relatively near the low. We have a possible cup forming here. So yeah, $10 is near the bottom if this is a cup. So I would support going long. Now, if you want to go short, I don't think you should do that. I don't recommend that. For the same reasons, possible cup and handle, that's a bullish indicator. This is near the bottom, so you're really not going to make too much money if you do short this. It just really doesn't make too much sense. I really don't see a reason why you would short this. There's plenty of shorting opportunities in the market, and this is not one of them. If you're shorting this, you'd be making crumbs at this point. So I don't recommend that. So congratulations to everyone who made money on this one today, and good luck to everyone looking to take a position and to everyone currently in this stock. This is Wish ContextLogic. So here is SPRT support.com. This finishes at $8.97 today. That is up 29.62%. So in the post/pre-market, this hit almost $11. It opened at $8.50, but this went absolutely nuts last night and this morning. Very volatile day. Opened at $8.50, came down to below $7.50, and finishes around $9. First off, I see a cup right here. Top of the cup being the high, $9.45, and the bottom of the cup being $2.40. If this is in fact a cup and handle, and the handle will start to form, this is likely going to come back to around $6 to form the handle, just off the top of my head. So that's a bearish indicator. Also, we have a gap up at $2.20, which never filled. That's another bearish indicator, although it's a long way down to $2.20. I'm not sure if that will ever fill. Yeah, I think the big thing to watch out for here is the cup and handle. That is very possible. Okay, so right now this is sitting on the support of $9, which it finished at today. So if this goes to the upside, next level of resistance is the high, $9.45. And if it breaks $9.45, then it's on to the upside, onto uncharted territory, and the market will decide for itself what this stock is worth. Now, if this goes to the downside, next level of support would be $8.50, $8, $7.10, $7, $6.20, $5.50, $5.25, $5, $4.80, $4.60, $4.25, $4, $3.80, $3.60, $3.40, $3.20, $2.95, $2.80, $2.60, $2.40, $2.20, where it gapped up at, $2, $1.90, $1.70, $1.55, and then the low of $1.45. So right now, to the upside and the downside, these channels are extremely wide, so expect a lot of price action, either way this goes. But if/when this comes back to 550, then the channels start to narrow, and then it catches a bunch of support there. But as of right now, at this current price, $9, either way, there's going to be a lot of price action. RSI is currently at 86, so that is pretty overbought and overvalued. So be extremely careful, guys. And it did 36 million in volume today, which is a very big volume day compared to the average. So this pump today was confirmed by the volume. So if you want to go long, personally, I don't recommend that. We're getting a lot of bearish indicators here. Gap up, high RSI, high volume, possible cup and handle. The technicals are pretty much screaming at us either sell or short. However, as I said, these channels are very wide, and we're near the all-time high, so if this breaks the all-time high, this can absolutely moon to who knows how much. So I would say it's not very likely that this is going to keep running, but if it does, it could pay off a lot. So I'm not going to say don't go long, but if you do, just be very careful. You know, do it at your own risk. Now, if you want to go short, I support that. Seems like a really good play. For the same reasons, a lot of bearish indicators, gap up at 220, cup and handle forming, possibly going back to 6, high RSI, high volume. So all the indicators are there. The graph, the chart is screaming, short this. So I think this is a very good short play, not financial advice. And this could make a lot of tendies. But be aware that if this does go wrong, if you do short this and it does go wrong, you could be in a lot of trouble if this goes to the upside, because nobody knows how high this is going to go if this does break the all-time high. So also do that at your own risk. I don't think it's very likely that this is going to keep running for that much longer, but if it does, this could go pretty bad. So just be aware of that. Congratulations to everyone who made money in this one today, fat tendies, and good luck to everyone currently in this stock and to everyone looking to take a position. So this is SPRTsupport.com. Okay, here is Tilray. This finishes at $16.01 today. That is up 25.77%. Okay, so there was some news on this one today, so let's take a look at that first. So Tilray had earnings today. Very good earnings. They reported quarterly earnings of 18 cents per share. This is a 146.15% increase over losses of 39 cents per share from the same period last year. The company reported 142.24 million in sales this quarter. That is a 25.27% increase over sales of 113.54 million in the same period last year. So, yeah, very good earnings. And in addition to that, the CEO went on TV today. He said a lot of stuff. He says the company is sitting with $485 million in cash, and they have the ability to do a lot of things, whatever that means. He says, I believe we will do other acquisitions adjacent to our drink business, so they plan on acquiring more companies. He says drinks and edibles development are currently company goals, as well as continuing to open more stores. So they're focused on their edible department. I think that includes drinks, and they want to expand. And in addition to just regular drinks, he says he's looking to get into the beer and liquor business. So, yeah, the CEO is saying a lot of positive stuff here. A lot of positive PR. Great earnings and very good PR from the CEO himself. That is probably why the stock ran up so much today. All right, so let's analyze this. So right now, this is trading between the sideways channel, the rectangle of 17 and 15. So if this goes to the upside, next level of resistance would be 17, 18, 19.10, 21.30, 23.40, 25, 26.90, 28.10, 30.50, 32, 33.20, 35.15, 42.30, 45.65, 47, 55.15, 63.80, 65.90, and then the high of 67. And if this goes to the downside, next level of support would be 15, 13.60, 9.50, $8, 6.60, 5.40, and then the low of 4.40. So right now, the channels to the upside and the downside are pretty decently sized. So either way this goes, expect a decent amount of price action, but not anything too serious. But if/when this breaks 35, the channels open up and they get really wide. So if this breaks 35, then expect a lot of price action to the upside. If it breaks 35, this can easily go back to the high of 67 and higher. So RSI is currently at 53. So a little above average, but pretty average. So according to the RSI, this price of $16 is pretty fair market value. And it did 116 million in volume today. So very significant volume day. A lot more than the average. So this pump today was confirmed by the volume. So honestly, it's kind of hard to tell where this is going right now. We don't really have any bullish indicators or bearish indicators here. I mean, this can possibly be a cup and handle, a big ass cup and handle, top of the cup being 67, the high, and we may not have even found a bottom yet. This potential cup looks like it's still developing, but it does appear like it is near the bottom. Really, there's no support until 935. That's kind of scary. So, yeah, looking at the chart, it is kind of hard to tell where this is going. We're getting some neutral indicators, some bullish indicators, and some bearish indicators. However, just based on the earnings today, surprise earnings, the sentiment on social media, Wall Street Bets loves this stock. They love Tilray. And based on everything the CEO said today, seems like this has a really good future. If I had to make an educated guess, I would say this is more likely to go to the upside than the downside. It has a lot more upside potential than downside potential for sure. So definitely in the long term, this is going to go up. But in the short term, not quite sure where this is going to go. This could possibly pull back to around 950-ish. And it appears at 950, there is some pretty strong support there. I highly doubt this is going below 950. So if you want to go long, here at $16, seems like a pretty decent price. Maybe you might want to hold off because you might be able to get this at a lower price. But there's nothing wrong with buying this at 16 and then averaging down. You can average down at 15, 1350, 1220, and then 950. So if you want to go long, I support that. Now, if you want to go short, I would support that only if you're in it for the short term. This is definitely not something to hold for a long time. As I said, this doesn't really have too much support here. So this can easily go back to 950. Seems like a decent play. Just don't stay in there for that long, I would say. So I support going both ways for different reasons. I support going long for the long term, and I support going short for the short term. But definitely, in the long term, this is going to go up. No question about it. If you guys want to hodl diamond hands, go for it.
With diamond hands, they knew they'd profit if they could only hold.
So, congratulations to everyone who made money on this one today. Very fat tendies. And good luck to everyone currently in this stock and to everyone looking to take a position. This is TLRY, Tilray Inc. Okay, here is NAOV, Nanovibronix Inc. This finishes at $1.91 today. That is up 29.93%. Yeah, so this was the big runner last week. It squeezed all the way from like 80 cents to almost $4. And then it looked like it was straight dumping in freefall mode. But today we have a really nice bounce. So maybe not. Maybe it's not a pump and dump. Who knows? But it did gap down from like 190 last week. So today it filled the gap and went way higher. But actually finished right around where it gapped down at. So let's analyze this. So right now this is sitting on the support of 190, which it finished at today. So if this goes to the upside, next level of resistance would be 210, 220, 235, 245, 260, 270, 290, $3, 310, 325, 335, 345, 355, 370. There is a good amount of resistance past that, but we're not going to discuss that right now. And if this goes to the downside, next level of support would be 180 and then 160. And then there's a bunch of support past 160, but we're also not going to discuss that right now. But if/when this hits 160, this is going to catch some pretty strong support. So it's going to take a lot of selling pressure for this to break 160 and go lower than that. And currently, to the upside and downside of this current price, 190, the channels are pretty decently sized. So either way, to the upside or downside, there is going to be a good amount of price action until this goes down to 160. Then I expect the price action to slow down significantly. But to the upside, a lot of price action. RSI is currently at 64. No longer in overbought, overvalued territory, but still above average. You know, be a little bit cautious about that. This did 125 million in volume today. Very significant volume. So this pump today was confirmed by the volume. This is just my personal opinion, not financial advice. this looks like a dead cat bounce to me. I do not think this is going to keep running to the upside. And maybe I'm wrong. Pretty high RSI, high volume, those are likely to come back down. This thing just squeezed up so quick. This has to pull back. Maybe not all the way back down to $1, but I think this current price of 190 is still pretty unjustified. Don't hate me, guys. And just looking at the technicals, it still looks pretty bearish. Like, I think it only pumped up today to fill the gap. You know, I think it's a fluke. So I think in the short term, next couple of days, next couple of weeks, this is going to keep bleeding back down. Maybe not like a huge pump and dump, but I think it's going to slowly bleed back down. So if you want to go long, I don't recommend that. And I know you guys are like, but fundamentals. And okay, yeah, I get it. Fundamentals. Seems like it has some pretty good fundamentals, but we're talking about short term here. This has to come back down. So I don't think going long is such a great idea. I don't think it's very likely that this is going to run back up to $4, back up to $3.75 and further. Chart looks pretty bearish here. However, if you do want to go long, it could pay off. Like I said, the channels to the upside are pretty wide, so this is going to have a lot of price action if this does go to the upside. I just don't think it's too likely. Even if it does, very unlikely this is going to go back to the high. And if you're looking to short, seems like a decent play, not the best play. You know, the best time to short would have been like $3, $2.50. Here at 190, you can still make some pretty decent money, but not the greatest play. Decent play, but not the greatest play. Again, at 160, this is going to catch a lot of support. Maybe consider covering around 160 if you do want to short. I still think it's a pretty good play. You know, chart looks very bearish. Pretty high RSI, high volume. Still a decent amount of money to be made. So if you want to go short, I would support that. Just don't expect too much money. I do think this is going to keep pulling back. So congratulations to everyone who made money in this one today. And good luck to everyone currently in this stock and to everyone looking to take a position. This is NAOV Nanovibronix. Thanks everyone for watching today. I appreciate you guys. Please hit the like button. Please subscribe and catch me every weekday after market close on the Smarter Gambling Show. You apes already know. Diamond hands to the moon. I'm Ty. This is Smarter Gambling. See you guys tomorrow. Peace out.